Okay, Carolina, thank you so much for submitting your work along with your sketches. Let's go ahead and take a look. So you're using the towel, right? Now, I want to set this up first by saying that once you view your video critique here, make sure you take a look at all of those before you and all of those after you. I really think it's important for this assignment to students to look at all the video critiques because being that we're all working on the same assignment, there are going to be comments made in other video critiques that are applicable to your work. So just kind of make sure you get the whole big picture by viewing as many video critiques as possible. So one of the things that I think here is that the fact that the towel is repurposed, sure, assuming that the towel, the purpose of a towel is to dry yourself off after taking a shower, right? But what we see here is we see uses for towel that aren't antithetical to what a towel is used for, okay? And especially here, the beach towel. So the towel, okay, so in the description says covering, wait a second, oh, using it at the beach to lay down. So that is what a towel is for, right? So you're not necessarily creating a repurposed function for the towel. Does that make sense? Towel as a bib, that's a good one. This is a great one. I love this towel as a playing superhero. That's as a cape, because guess what? When we were kids, we all did it. So everyone can relate to that. So I think that's a really super accessible solution right there. Towel as a dog toy, sure, that'll work. Towel that as a yoga mat. I mean, I've actually seen people use towels as yoga mats, so I'm not real sure if that's necessarily repurposing. I guess it is, but I don't know. Think about it. A towel for a bib, that's a good one. Towel to clean up a mess. I mean, again, that's kind of what a towel is for, right? I mean, I'm guessing. Towel, what was number 7? Covering your body from the heat or cold at the beach. So towel for shelter. Towel as a dog bed, which I use a towel for my dog to lay on. It's laying down right there on a towel. So my wife doesn't like it, but she doesn't even know, right? Okay, so at any rate, so please feel free to move forward in that direction you find has the most potential. But really think about your decisions here and think about how engaging, how visually engaging can this be. And one of the things I want you to do is I want you to go over here to Week 4 Project 2 Common Everyday Hand Dual Begin page and take a look at these examples. And I want you to note something. Note the setup, okay? And think about this while you're thinking about which direction you want to take your project. How am I going to set this up? So in other words, how are you going to define the problem, right? So you define the problem, all right? And then you start thinking of the solution, okay? So you've got the problem, introduction of the solution. Okay, that solution didn't work. Okay, the aha moment. I got a great idea. So here's the aha moment, and then implementation of the idea, and then finally the final outcome or the epilogue. So note that each frame has a direct relationship to the frame before it and the frame following it. So that really strengthens the linear narrative. It's all in the setup. It's all how do you define the problem and have the solution be something that's engaging. So it's really a thought process as much as it is illustrative process, right? So, and I'll coach you through the whole thing. I mean, I'll help you out and when we get to the sketch stages for your final decision. But but at this point, I really want you to take a look at each one of your examples and say, okay, how can I set this up? How can I introduce the problem? How can I introduce the solution? Okay, or do I show a failed solution? How do I introduce the aha moment where this little girl decides I need a cape and I'm going to use a towel for the cape? Okay, then how do you introduce the implementation and the epilogue in a way that really creates a very compelling and interesting linear narrative? Okay, so think about that. And as far as the direction from here, I want you to decide which one you think after really going through both of these examples and really decide what is your best way. What would be the best way for you to approach this? Now, I think that these two color examples are probably a little more effective than the black and white examples below, but definitely you want to take a look at those for some additional ideas. Okay, so at this point, just go ahead and make your decision as to what direction you want to follow, and just again, what has the most potential. Really think about how you're going to set up the narrative, and we'll take it from there. All right, really fantastic job. Thank you so much for including your work. If you have any questions at all, um, Carolina, you know that I mean, you won't be waiting for me. I'm a click away or a phone call away. So feel free to reach out if you need any assistance at all. All right, great job. Thank you so much.